Over a year ago, the world stopped. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected lives across our city, state, nation, and globe. Over the last several months, the entire world has been facing the same battle of how to handle the pandemic of COVID-19. Drastic changes have been seen throughout our entire country throughout the past year, including lifestyle changes. We as a nation did not know what to do. As the pandemic progressed, we found out different ways to battle the virus. First was quarantining. Next, masks were recommended and mandated. Masks and social distancing have become the norm, which has made many people wary, especially within these past few months. Hundreds of thousands of lives have been lost within our country as a result of this pandemic, and many are left wondering when things will return back to normal. Now, after what seems like months of waiting and wishing to return back to normal, we received a glimmer of hope as the first vaccine was released and then the second. This seemed to be the answer to the people's prayers, finally a way to initiate a safe normal. However, this was not the case. Skepticism and distrust over the vaccine has caused many citizens to refuse to take it. Throughout the United States, there's a lot of widespread fear and uncertainty about the vaccines that have been approved for distribution. It seems as though we hear stories on the news and on social media warning the public not to take the vaccine because of yet another horror story that is an effect of the vaccine, or yet even further, some believe that this is a government conspiracy. These types of claims are not new in the world of vaccinations. For years before this, there's been a community of anti-vaxxers who believe the vaccines can have lifelong effects, such as autism and cancer. As long as vaccines have been a thing, there have always been people who are skeptical of the consequences. However, the COVID-19 vaccine is something that has been urged to be produced by the public, and it seems as if the public is beginning to have doubts of the idea as soon as it becomes a reality. The COVID-19 vaccine is only as effective at ending the pandemic as the amount of the percent of people within the country taking it. It is certainly a confusing time as people call for an end to the pandemic but refuse to take the vaccine. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has posted a lot of useful information concerning the vaccine, such as the benefits of the vaccine. Most importantly, COVID-19 vaccination will help from getting COVID-19, a safer way to build protection, and that is an important tool to help stop the pandemic. There are even other helpful sections, such as the frequently asked questions.
I won't be getting the vaccine because we don't really know the long-term effects of it, and it just kind of seemed really rushed to come out to the public. And I've just been hearing a lot of horror stories about the vaccine on the internet, and so I'm just really skeptical about it.
It is essential that true information is what is circulating around and that everyone is doing their best to educate themselves and others. One of the biggest fears circulating around the vaccine is the uncertainty about the long-term effects. While it is true that the vaccine was made less than a year ago, many doctors have tried to lay this fear to rest by assuring that effects would not be likely. Even further, these long-term effects should not be substantial reason to not take the vaccine. Even the Mayo Clinic states on their website that none of the vaccine trials have reported any serious safety concerns and that vaccines rarely cause long-term side effects. There has been a lot done to try to ease the nerves of the public about the COVID-19 vaccine. Even the nation's leader, President Joe Biden, has taken the vaccine and urges American citizens to as well. Along with that, there have been many influential figures who have also taken the vaccine in hopes to promote it to the American public and help alleviate fear of the vaccine. Now is the time within our country to prioritize what is important, the health and well-being of human lives, and do everything we can to help end this period. While a vaccine cannot be forced onto any person, every individual should heavily and urgently consider taking the vaccine to help put a stop to a pandemic that is costing thousands of lives. The fact that the COVID-19 vaccine is scientifically proven to help prevent COVID-19 should be enough motivation for people to take the vaccine. There have been lots of lives lost in the battle against COVID-19, including frontline workers, loved ones, and much more. In a time where people have stopped being able to interact, there's obviously been a loss of compassion for each other as well. It's just like the flu. This is an insensitive statement for those who have lost lives due to the pandemic. hospitals that were overfilled, and the people who are living in fear, as this could be something that is more than just a flu to them. It is time to start thinking about how your actions can affect your family, your community, and your country. In conclusion, COVID-19 is still taking countless lives throughout our country and around the world every day. However, millions of people are getting vaccinated daily. It will only work if we all do it together. While no one is obligated to take the vaccine, everyone should feel an obligation to truly consider how their inaction affects the bigger picture.